Humanity's story unfolds in an age long forgotten, a time when the earth groaned under the dominion of colossal beings, the formidable Nephilim. These were the unnatural born, the monstrous progeny of rebellious spirit beings, the Watchers and the daughters of men. Towering above mountains, their power was absolute, their forms immense, and their appetites insatiable. They strode across the land, devouring every resource, every beast, and every fruit of human labor, until their savage hunger turned upon mankind itself. For generations, they reveled in their destructive reign, a corrupt kingdom built upon violence and excess, believing their dominion was eternal, their rule unchallenged, and their existence beyond the reach of any higher power, oblivious to the universe balance they had so terribly upset. Yet, even in their overwhelming might, a creeping dread began to take root, blossoming not from earthly resistance, but from the terrifying landscape of their own minds. The first tremor of their impending doom came in the form of unsettling visions, dreams that plagued the nights of even the greatest among them. Ohia and Haya, two of the most formidable Nephilim, found themselves haunted by these nightmares. These were no ordinary sleep-induced fantasies but universe omens, terrifying glimpses into a future that threatened their very existence, leaving them profoundly disturbed and filling their monstrous hearts with an unfamiliar, gnawing fear. Ohia's dream was the first to spread true terror through the ranks of the giants. He recounted seeing a vast and verdant garden, filled with colossal trees that mirrored their own immense stature. Yet, as he watched, an unseen force began to uproot and fell these mighty trees, one by one, until only a single root remained, destined to be the source of a new, different seed. This vision was not metaphorical for the giants, it was a clear, chilling prophecy of their wholesale destruction, an unmistakable sign that their collective existence was marked for obliteration, leaving them deeply shaken by its vivid and harrowing implications for their future. Hard on the heels of Ohia's disturbing vision, Haya shared his own terrifying nightmare, confirming the dire warnings. He saw a massive, singular stone descending with unimaginable force from the heavens, a celestial projectile aimed directly at the heart of their world. This stone struck the earth with apocalyptic power, and from its impact, mighty winds erupted, tearing across the landscape. These winds utterly shattered every mountain, splintered every tree, and, most terrifyingly, obliterated every single giant upon the land, leaving nothing but dust in their wake. This dream left no doubt, their end was fast approaching, a catastrophic cleansing of the world. Consumed by overwhelming fear and a desperate need for answers, the Nephilim gathered in a council of dread. They realized with horrifying clarity that these dreams were not merely figments of their imagination but direct prophecies of their imminent annihilation. Unable to decipher the complex, divine language of these visions themselves, they desperately chose one among their number, the swift and mighty giant Mawe, to undertake a perilous quest. Mawe's urgent task was to journey to the farthest reaches of their known world, to seek out the seers and sages, beings capable of interpreting such profound celestial messages and demand the true, unvarnished meaning of their fatal dreams. Mawe, driven by the collective dread of his kind, embarked on his momentous journey, traveling through strange and desolate lands, perhaps even venturing to the very thresholds of the spiritual realms. After an arduous quest, he finally located the prophet Enoch, the legendary righteous man who alone possessed the sacred knowledge to communicate directly with God's loyal angels and understand the deep mysteries of the cosmos. With a heavy heart, Mawe recounted the dreadful dreams to Enoch, clinging to a desperate hope that there might be some hidden path to salvation, some way to avert the inescapable doom that loomed over his colossal brethren, perhaps a forgotten ritual or a secret plea. But Enoch, with the sorrowful wisdom of one who had witnessed divine judgment, delivered the final, crushing verdict. The dreams, he explained, were not warnings to be simply averted, but certain prophecies of an inescapable divine judgment already sealed in the heavens. Enoch transcribed the terrible decree onto a tablet: the giants' rampant violence, their defilement of the earth, and their very existence, born of an unholy union, had irrevocably sealed their fate. They and their descendants, without exception, would be utterly destroyed, their monstrous legacy erased from the face of the corrupted world. Crushed by the absolute finality of the divine decree, the giants, in a moment of utter desperation, made one last, futile attempt to appeal their sentence. They labored to compose a heartfelt petition for mercy, a tablet engraved with their pleas and fears, addressed directly to the Almighty. It was a testament to their profound terror, a desperate cry against the inevitability of their destruction. They again entrusted the stalwart Maui with this impossible mission, to somehow deliver their plea directly to the heavens, bypassing the universe barriers that separated them from the throne of judgment. Maui, with a mixture of despair and grim determination, completed his final, heartbreaking task. He journeyed to a place where earth met sky, and with a powerful heave, cast the tablet, laden with the giant's desperate prayers, high into the celestial expanse. But the answer, when it came, was resolute and unyielding. The heavens remained closed, the decree unmoved. The message echoed back, stark and absolute: there would be no peace for the sons of the Watchers. Their petition for mercy had been unequivocally denied, their fate irrevocably sealed, leaving them utterly without hope or recourse in the face of divine justice. Consumed now by an existential dread far greater than any physical pain, the Nephilim were left with nothing but the chilling certainty of their impending doom. They could do nothing but wait, their colossal forms now trembling with profound fear, as the waters of judgment began to gather. They understood, with horrifying clarity, that the great floodwaters would soon surge across the earth, a righteous deluge destined to wipe their immense, corrupt, and unnatural existence completely from the face of a world they had so brutally defiled, leaving no trace of their terrible reign behind. Do you believe God's judgment is just and holy? Share your thoughts in the comments below.